Hey, welcome to another video lesson. This one is on shaded region problem. So we're finding the area of the shaded region of a figure. It is related to composite figures. But in this case, instead of adding, we're going to be subtracting all day. So instead of splitting this figure into two pieces that we can cut up and then find the area and add together, I'm going to look for a big figure. So this is a large rectangle. And we'll say, what is the piece that is missing out of that large rectangle? And it is this smaller rectangle. So where my plan was with composite figures, find two figures and add them together. With this one, my plan is large rectangle minus small rectangle. I'm still going to write down the formulas if I need them. Length times width minus length times width. I'm going to do plug in the numbers. The large rectangle is 15 times 30. Which is 450. The small one, well, I'll do a little bit of work. It's 30 all the way across. There's that 8, so this part has to be 22. It's 15 from the top to the bottom, so there's 4 there. That shows that there needs to be 11 remaining. So I have 11 times 22, which is 242. So my area of remaining, I take the whole thing, take away that little chunk, and I am left with 208 centimeters squared, always squared because it is area. So what we're going to do in shaded region is find the area of each section, and then I'm going to subtract. So again, similar to composite figures, but now we're going to be subtracting instead of adding. All right. So first, when you look at this, you say, okay, what two shapes do I see? Well, I see this big long rectangle and the parts that is missing, the part that is not shaded, okay, is a circle. So I'm finding the area and rounding to the nearest square inch. So what do I need? Well, length times width is my formula here. Pi r squared is a formula for the circle. Well, length and width is not too bad. That is 20 times 8. That's an 8 right there. Okay. The radius, well, this is 8 from top to bottom. That's the diameter. The radius is half of that, so the radius is 4. So that's pi times 4 squared. Okay, so this is 160. I don't know what pi times 4 squared is off the top of my head. So pi times 4 squared is 50.26, which we're just going to round to the nearest whole number. 50.2 rounds to 50. So 160 minus 50, my shaded region rounded to the nearest whole number is 110, in this case, inches squared. I'm going to do these next 3 problems with you, and then you're going to do a couple on your own. Just a reminder, if you want to follow along with the notes, I posted the notes in Google Classroom along with this video. And also, I posted a list of area formulas, some basic area formulas that we're going to run into today. So again, I'm looking for the big shape and seeing what part is missing. So this first one I see here is a rectangle minus take away that chunk on the bottom that is in the shape of a triangle. So rectangle is length times width. Triangle is 1/2 base times height. So the length in width is 4 times 12, which is 48. The base is 9 of the triangle, and the height is the same as the height of the rectangle is 4. So this is 1/2 of 9 times 4. Well, 9 times 4 is 36. Half of that is 18. 48 minus 18. That is 30. And again, centimeters squared, since we're dealing with area, always centimeters squared. Okay, here we go. Area of the blue region. Again, those little corners would be very hard to do if we didn't have this plan of the square minus the circle. All right, well, the square is going to be length times width. Circle is pi r squared. Okay, I'll do the circle first since they give us the radius right away of 12 pi times 12 squared. To find the length and width of this, well, if it's 12 to that side, it is 12 to the other side. So all the way across is 24. And so that's all the way down. So that is 24 times 24, which is 576 minus pi times 12 squared. Let's do that. Pi times 12 squared, 452.4 minus 452.4. This is going to be 123.6. There's no units there, so we'll put units squared. Okay. Hopefully you're getting used to this. Find the large figure, find the small figure, and then we're going to subtract. Okay. This one, 2 circles. So here's my plan. Big circle minus small circle. They're both the same. Pi r squared minus pi r squared. What is the radius of the big one? It's 8. Pi times 8 squared. Small one, what is the radius of that? 3. Pi times 3 squared. 8 squared is 64. 8 times 8 is 64. 3 times 3 is 9. 64 minus 9 is 55 pi. Now you could have plugged in 64 pi and 9 pi and then rounded there, but if you keep it in terms of pi, I can just subtract those. 55 pi is 172.78, which I'm going to round to 172.8 centimeters squared. Okay, now you're going to try number 4. So you can either pause it here and try number 4, or again follow along with the notes that are posted on Google Classroom. Answer to number 4 is 45 centimeters squared. We did the triangle. Take away that section in the middle, the little window in the middle of the rectangle. Triangle 1/2 base times height minus length times width. Plugged in our numbers and we got 60 minus 15. Okay. On to number 5. More than one way to do number 5. Try that now. Answer to number 5 is 18 centimeters squared. They're both 2 triangles. That one sometimes a little hard to see. It's a large triangle that goes all the way the whole size, minus that small triangle that's that white piece at the end. Okay, plug in our numbers. You both use 1/2 base times height. Okay, last one for you to try here. Hopefully this is going well. Try this out. Okay, we have 2 rectangles here, a big one minus a large one. Anytime we have anything that looks like a track or a ring, it's usually 2 of the same shape. All right, so length times width minus length times width. Hopefully this all went well. It's 36 centimeters squared. And remember, anytime we're doing shaded region, find the large figure, take away the small figure. Hope you guys are doing well. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you soon.